Hello and welcome to Utkarsh Minds Python for Data Science. Today we will see another important concept of Python language, the loop, for loop. We had previously seen other types of loop known as the while loop. So creating a new, so this is our new Jupyter notebook. I am given the name lesson 6 and connected. Here I will write the code for loop. So suppose I have a list of data. So here is my data, and in that I have given some data like apple, orange, and maybe mango. Now if I print this, I can see what is stored in this variable data. There is a list of items. With the help of my for loop, for example, for item in data, print item. So this keyword for is what is the name of the loop. So I will write for loop. Then we have a collection of data. So collection of you can say information. The information stored in this variable data is apple, orange, and mango. I am calling this collection because these are three different things stored in one variable. Then we write in this way for item in data, print item. What it does is, I will show you, each information present in the list, one by one it will display till the list is finished. So first apple, then orange, then mango, and all this will be displayed here. We don't have to write the stopping condition. For example, the same information if I want to display in the while loop, I cannot write in this way for while print item. So you can see what has happened is an infinite loop which will never stop. So instead, if I write it in this way, for I is 0 and while I is less than length of data. So you can see here that data has length 4 and I am printing here data I, and I is equal to I plus 1. What happens when I write this is, as long as I is less than 3, the length of data is the number of items stored in the data, so it is 3. As long as I is less than 3, this statement will be executed. I is 0, so once, second time, and third time. And finally, when I becomes 3, the loop will not execute and it will stop. That is the use of for loop and while loop. You can see that a for loop is much simpler than a while loop. There are fewer lines of code and we can do the exact same thing as the while loop with your for loop. So in some certain situations, for loop is very popular and is widely used. Next, we can also have another important thing, that is the function range or the command range. Let us see how it works. For I in range 10, I will print I. You can see what will happen is that from 0 to 9, that means starting point is 0, last point is 9, each will be printed. If I change a bit, if I write here from 3 to 10, that means let us see what will be print. So 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, not including this 10. What if I write another way? Let us say from I 3 comma 2 comma 10. In that case, what will happen? So there is no effect of that. But if I write, for example, -4, then also there is no effect. So range is, what are the conditions in range? There is a start, there is a stop, or there is a step size. So let us say that, so I am writing here one more program for I in range. Let us say we want to go from 1 to 10 with a 1 10 2. So what it means is start is 1, stop is 10, and we can say jump or step is 2. That means we start at 1 and we take a jump of 2. So 1 3 5 7 9. We do not cross 10, or even we do not cover 10. If I write here 20, so it will jump till 20, but it will not cover the number 20. This is the use of range and the different use of list. Another thing that is useful when we learn about loops is the keyword break and continue. Let us see. For example, for I in range 10, let us say if I becomes 5, I want to break the loop. And if I is not 5, then I will continue my loop. Let us see what happens. So 0 1 2 3 4. Once I becomes 5, the loop is broken and I does not continue 6 7 8 9 10. If I comment this break, then you can see that if you are commenting, or if I remove this loop and if I simply write, then it will go up to 9. But if I keep this loop, then it will not continue, it will break at the point 5. There is one more thing that is useful, that is the continue operation, continue command. Let us say for the same program, instead of break I am writing continue. What happens is that if I is 5, the loop does not exist, the loop goes to the next iteration and it keeps on running. So 0 1 2 3 4, there is no 5 here, because at 5 this statement was not executed. Continue takes us to the next part of the, or next iteration of the loop, which is when I becomes 6. So that is the use of, or that is the way break and continue work in a system. So there is a final keyword that we should know, that is the pass keyword. Let us say I have created a empty loop, or if I am writing something like this, if I is equal to 0, if I is equal to 5, do nothing. Pass means do nothing, else print I. When I run this, it will not give any output because I is 0 and I have written pass. If I don't write pass, then it will give me an error saying that there is nothing after if. So always you should write something inside a if or a while loop or a for loop. You cannot keep an empty loop. Loops and control structure should always have some code. If you want nothing, then you can just write pass. So that's it. One more thing is remember the condition. So we will see in detail the importance of this condition statement in our next video. Keep watching. Thank you.